Hey guys, we are at CRS2018 in downtown Nashville. I am talking to Darryl Worley. Darryl, thank you so much for talking to us today.
Oh, absolutely.
It's
How
a
you
pleasure
doing?
having you. Great.
Good.
It's been a fun couple of days. We talked to so many people.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people here to talk to.
Absolutely. This is my first time at CRS, and
Oh,
it's
wow.
just been a whirlwind.
It is that. I got lucky this year. I just got back from Alaska yesterday, so I only had
wow.
to do one whole day. But it's been a pretty intense day, and it'll go on until late tonight. So.
I bet. What were you doing in Alaska?
Just playing shows. We had 4 in a row. We had one in Juneau, one in Palmer, one in Anchorage, and one in Fairbanks.
Awesome.
And usually we try to squeeze in some hunting and fishing or whatever, but it was about 30 below zero on this trip, so we said, okay, we'll just skip that this time.
Yeah. I hope you had a really nice winter jacket up there.
No,
Ooh.
I had a bunch of clothes, but it gets down that low, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's when the air hurts.
That's right.
I grew up north, and I thought that was bad. But Alaska,
Oh,
negative
yeah.
30. Whew, that's too much. So tell us a little bit about your latest single, Lonely Alone.
Well, it was one of those songs when we started working on the project that just kind of, it's a greatest hits package, so we were doing a bunch of the old hits, re-recording them. And then when we started on the new stuff, we were about 2 or 3 tracks into it, and one night I stayed over late, and Billy and I wrote this song, and so we kind of started building a track for it the following day, and the more everything evolved, this song just kept rising higher and higher to the top, of the list as far as everyone's favorite that we talked to, and we wound up with the song playing on satellite radio. Stormy Warren over at the Highway is a really close friend of mine, and he and JR both went crazy over the song and said, you know what, this is a smash for us. And they said, they called me and said, we're going to play this on satellite and we're going to give you a big hit. There's a funny story behind it. My wife and I had these conversations. She's like, I don't want everybody to think we're splitting up, and I said, it's really not about that at all. It kind of, I think, helped us get back on track, I mean, everybody goes through those times in their relationship when you're like sitting beside your significant other on the couch and you're thinking, who is this, and so I just think it's made us sort of sit up and take notice and say I love you more and try a little harder, and so I hope that it can do that for other people too.
What is your spirit animal?
My what?
Spirit animal.
What is that?
What animal speaks to your soul?
Oh, wow. I thought that's what you were saying, and I just never heard that put that way. This is going to get me in trouble, probably, because my wife is going to use this against me. But it would probably be the horse, I'm a big dog guy. I love hunting dogs. That's one of my things. But for some reason, when I've been connected to a horse in my life, there's a connection there that I think goes beyond the thing that happens between a man and a dog. I just they're there. It's like they got your back. And she had a horse that became like a world champion walking horse. And
wow.
When she bought him, my prayer was that he would just latch on to her and that they'd have this unbelievable connection, but he latched on to me instead. And she's like, she's bummed out because my horse was connected to you. If
you could turn back time and give your younger self a bit of advice when you were starting out in the music industry, what would that be?
It's believe me, I've thought about that a lot. And it's hard to say this because I would be afraid that some younger person might hear this and think that I'm actually bummed out about how it all turned out. I'm really not. I just know that I would just say it like this. You need to really pick your battles. I mean, if you've got a shot at doing something big, obviously you're going to be connected to some record label or a group of management people or whatever. And there are going to be things that come along that you don't agree with, that you feel like I just can't do that. Maybe it's they want to dress you up like a clown for a photo shoot or whatever. I don't know, but I didn't always pick my battles. Sometimes I just went to war a lot. I think you can go to war with them too much, as well as so it's a fine line, and I think you just have to pick your battles. But mostly be true to who you are.
It's good advice.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your involvement with the Cancer Treatment Center?
Well, you know, I tried to get the guys into that whole idea because of how my family's been just pounded with cancer, and way back when both my grandfathers passed with cancer, we were having to we live way out, and so it's a good 2.5 hours from any place that you could go and get treatment. Except back then, Jackson, Tennessee was an option, but not so much, and that was about an hour away, a little over an hour. So, you know, I just watched them suffer, and they would go and do all that traveling and take the treatments, and you know, when you're young and you see that, you know, one of your favorite people in the world, 75 years old, laying in the back seat, throwing up in a garbage can, and it's like, why do we have to go so far? And I just, so I told my father, I said, if I ever get in a situation where I can get people to listen to me, I'm going to do something about this. And it was not an easy task. I mean, we had to wrestle with the state to get the building permit. It was just to convince the boards, all the different committees, that we had a need for it there. But we're just in this huge, like, expanse of wilderness, and we kind of sit in the middle of that, and you have the states of Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee that we pull people from all those areas, and they didn't feel like maybe that we had the need, and I said, yes, we do. So long story short, we finally got the permit. We built a treatment center. We can administer any kind of chemo or any kind of radiation that's out there. We've seen people you know, battle and survive cancer. We've helped the good Lord save people's lives. We said early on in our journey with the treatment center that if we couldn't treat everybody that came through the doors, that we weren't going to treat anybody. That if you came there, and even if you didn't have the money or insurance, you still get treated. And up till now, we've been able to keep that promise, and it's been amazing.
Well, Darryl Worley, thank you so much
You're
for
very
talking
welcome.
to us today. This has been wonderful.
You too, and I hope you get some time to rest now.
Thank you. Back at you.
You got to be getting close to the end of this.
You're the last one for the week.
I'm the last one. That's awesome.
All right. Well, thanks again.
Thank you.